Trump could have been killed. Like, I've seen this graphic. I mean,
She should resign, and all the female Secret Service agents should be fired. Again, I'm sorry. Women are not big enough to protect Donald Trump. And it's like, Sam Cedar has the comedic timing of a fucking pineapple up my ass.
apparently,
Well, if vegan teacher got her way, that's the only kind of milk would be on the market, human breast milk. That's vegan. I love that Dave Chappelle skit. I only drink the finest breast milk.
Monday morning, MSNBC pulled Morning Joe. And the weird part is,
Can you imagine that every fucking time? You wanna have a bowl of Cheerios, you got like two big-titted women squirting milk into your bowl till it's full. Actually, now that I'm thinking of it, I think I just invented a new form of porn.
it's like they could have just said, we just want to do rolling news coverage.
Oh my God.
Though morning,
Eat your milk, boys. Number 37 from the Patriarchy Porno Company.
Joe, sort of does that, I guess.
Oh God.
But it turns
It's
out,
become part of my routine that feels like self-care. And that's something that I really...
You know how I do self-care? I work more.
good for them. They, feeling confident they can do that on air, and good for them.
That's very funny, though.
I
Their
can tell
bosses
you-
couldn't trust them. Imagine, there's a...
All right, I gotta take a fucking goddamn whiz. I'll be right back. Again, it's gonna be Kamala Harris, because if they pick Gavin Newsom, the left is gonna melt down and say, oh my God, you piece of shit. You dare pick a white man over a strong woman of color. Because Lord knows Kamala Harris ain't black. Oh, and by the way, to everyone that thinks this country is racist, these are the people doing the best in America, at least of 2018. Indian Americans, 6 figures. Taiwanese American, 95 grand. Chinese Americans, 81. On and on it goes. Japanese, Pakistani, Filipino, Indonesian, Korean, Cambodian, Hmong, Vietnamese, and finally we get to white Americans. Odd this. Oh, by the way, some of the most hardest working motherfuckers on the planet. Some of the most industrious, some of the most entrepreneurial. Odd that. Okay, let's do the terrible feminist poetry. This is Anna. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last name. This is The Carving.
My sister tells me that
Oh, God in heaven. Okay, so we have a nose ring, ugly glasses, bad earrings, out of shape, showing the midriff when she really shouldn't. Has a mullet, which, by the way, looks terrible on even girls. Oh, God in heaven, what will this be?
the day I was child molested, I showed my niece my vulva.
Wait. What?
I guess this is just... My sister tells me the day I was child molested, I showed my niece my vulva.
So your uncle diddled you with your right there. Because to be a niece, that would mean that your brother is molesting you as a minor in front of his own daughter. Again, do you not know what cousins are?
I guess this is just how I communicate now.
I don't know how you're communicating. And if I was your brother, I'd hang my head in shame.
The easiest way to open a body is with your finger. Tear apart a deer's skull from the eyeball out. Use your hands as a crowbar. Gut a fish with your fingernails wedged in its mouth till the jawbone hinges, till it breaks like a toothpick. Like an orange eaten as an apple, force your teeth through the skin. Open your daughter in the bathtub. I learned this truth.
Then the person what is going on?
My body knows when not to open. My mouth rusted shut on its hinges. Every door, every crack in my body became a wall like a...
This never happened! You're just making shit up! Your whole premise is, this didn't fucking happen! Why do I think you were raised by a single mom that was all pissed off because your daddy fucked off because he got sick of her feminist poetry shit, and you're the next generation?
Wound.
You're too fat to wear a crop top. You look like dog shit. Go to the salon. Go to Sephora. Pretty yourself up.
My labia fused together for a year, and now I'm pulling the scab wide open. I find myself craving all kinds of being torn apart. My therapist says sex is a way of holding yourself.
Here's a thought, and this goes out to every Gen Zer out there. Fuck therapy! You most likely don't need it. Some people do. But about 95% of you, just grab a case of beer and drink yourself happy.
I find myself held, swaddled even, in jackets, in t-shirts, in bed sheets, in quilts, but especially in hands, on my wrist, on my chest.
Well, most child abuse victims don't want to be fucking touched. That's one of the hallmarks of abuse or other crimes that shall remain nameless, because if I name them on this platform, I'm in trouble. You don't want to be you don't want to be cuddled. You don't want anyone to fucking touch you. Jesus fucking Christ. This is what college does. This girl, I guarantee you, before college, was probably in shape, pretty, probably could pull off that midriff there. And she goes to college, gains fucking 30 pounds, uglies herself up. Well, you can see there's a pretty girl here. Oh my God, now she looks like David Bowie from the 1980s.
Or a red print on my cheek that lingers like a scar.
I wasn't abused in my childhood. Did my parents slap me occasionally? Yes. But it wasn't abuse.
My therapist says sex is a way of holding yourself. Like every body I touch becomes myself. I hold myself with my girlfriend's hands. I convince myself
Oh, what a shock! Mullet Joe's a lesbian. Can you at least be an attractive lesbian?
the only one touching me is me, like a marionette doll.
Okay, I just said I wasn't abused. APWW says yes, I am. Yes, I was. Son of a bitch! I'll have to have my parents arrested and launch a civil suit against them.
The air is thick with strings. If I say yes, it is myself. Everything myself. I hold myself. I touch myself.
Well, I do like lesbians. Just not this type of lesbian.
And if everyone is myself, I'll never feel my mother instead of my own fingers. I carved the deer, and it is myself. I don't feel the blood. It's warm as water at skin temperature. I carve myself, and I am the deer.
Yeah, but it also gave me the courage to do the thing I needed to do.
Caught before I learned to run. I learned to run, but I stopped myself.
APWW.
The only way to forget a rape is like a wound. Let the skin remember how to hold itself together. My body got so used to being held open, I needed something to replace it. When my mother left, it was sudden, like pulling a knife from a wound. My therapist tells me, you're looking for a mother.
No, it's not. It's called tough love.
Mother in every bed. I am looking for a mother, but all I am finding is her fingers, and when I find her, it's always the same story, an opening.
So, what am I getting from this? Your mother prostituted you as a child, and you're, you know what? I'm just pressing X to doubt on all this. I'm willing to bet none of this shit happened. She's just making crap up.
A finger wedged.
I had an idyllic childhood. And if I could do it all over the way, if I could do my entire childhood over with no changes, I'd do it in a fucking heartbeat.
Between me like a pitchfork to a hen still
So you can take that for what it is, APWW. Go fuck off.
alive.
Clearly you care about it more than I do. Alright, now we're going to go with one of the OGs. OGs of button poetry, Andrea Gibson. Yeah, the first time I did her, I remember laughing my ass off because she was pissed off that her friend, who was gay, blew his brains out. And the house was sold. They resold the house to a family, I assume. And it's like, well, what the fuck do you think was going to happen with the house, Andrea? And it's not going to be a shrine to your friend. I mean, unless you buy the son of a bitch. But all right, we're going to do this. Andrea Gibson, glider plane.
If you see her, tell her it doesn't snow in Colorado.
It doesn't snow in Colorado? It snows all the fucking time in Colorado! I know! My bitch of a little sister lives out there!
Tell her all that stuff falling from the sky is just sawdust from the stilts I've been carving for my short temper.
No!
Tell her there's a
And it looks like you needed a man to knock you around to keep your temper in check.
tambourine in my chest. And yes, she still shakes me. Too bad love is an Etch-a-Sketch. Good thing love is an Etch-a-Sketch.
Love isn't an Etch-a-Sketch. Look, I don't want to get too deep into it, but me, my family, and some close friends, we've been through, done to each other, and forgiven a lot of shit. But we're family. You can't change that.
If you see her, tell her I've been running towards my life like Laura Ingalls running down that hill in her flowered dress. I wore a flowered dress to my birthday boy party. Don't look at me like that. I'm not the box the gift came in. This
Yeah, and I'm sure you whined and bitched and complained to your mom 20 years after the fact that she put you in a little flowered dress because you're a butch boy lesbian.
heart is my Sunday best. Side down Michelle Obama, buttoning her husband's bulletproof vest. We are all fragile.
Barack Obama did not wear bulletproof vests. He had the Secret Service for that. Although now, thanks to DEI, encouraged by jackasses like you, presidents may well have to wear bulletproof vests. Because we have to have the 5'5" woman protecting the 6'2" president.
And praying we can hold the tire swing through the summer. My mood swings with its feet dangling in the river. So when my sadness reaches the ocean, it turns to salt. If you see her, tell her the moon is all her fault. Love, a trap door of light, even when it's gone, it's somewhere. Tonight, I buried her time capsule in the ball field. For every time running for home meant running towards her. Next time, I will know to listen when the umpire tells me I'm safe. Next time, I will know it's normal to have a hard time breathing when you shake the dust. We make everything
What the hell are you talking about?
so calm. Every window begs to be open when the storm comes. I dig seed.
No, when the storm comes, I close the windows. Okay? Maybe that's why I don't write terrible fucking poetry. Gee, storm's coming! Close the fucking windows. And yeah, I know what a metaphor is. Oh, bad shit's coming? Time to get ready to brace it.
Beneath moths, you can spend your whole life wearing a life vest in the
Oh, Jesus Christ. How much is this fucking cunt made off of poetry?
desert. It took me so long to burn those fire escapes, but I know neither of us are the felonies on our record.
I guarantee you I could write this crap in an hour.
Players, I know the music we were trying to make. I know every one of us is just a Mack truck with a soft bed inside. I got my thumb
I know. We all go down the lonely highway. And on that highway, we meet brothers and we meet sisters. And there's a little diner on that highway where we all go in. Waitress Gladys, she takes her orders on a whim. We all look at the menu, though we can't read the words, except one, bacon cheeseburger. So we all order the bacon cheeseburger. In the back, slowly listening, we hear distant sizzles. And we place our money on the counter like good little comrades. Good little soldiers, good little slaves. And we wait. We wait. And finally, Gladys comes out with bacon cheeseburgers for all. Fries on the side. and a Coke to go down. And we eat bacon cheeseburgers all. But it tastes like death. Consuming it all. Because Bessie the cow will moo no more. Under the full moonlight of old MacDonald's door. Thank you. I did that while drinking beer, and I just made that shit up off the top of my fucking head.
I'm out on the highway, and I know she doesn't drive this way. If you see her, tell her I made a song from the dial.
Oh, son of a bitch, I could have ended that yet. To all a good night. Fuck!
So, I made a paper mache glider
Actually, this is the one thing, that's the one thing I might actually make into my own video. Dave's poem.
plane from our unfinished poem. Take the elevator to the parking garage roof.
Maybe the internet was a bad thing. Anyway, that wraps up tonight's show. I know, I'm pulling out early, blah, blah, blah. Good night, everybody.